Hello and welcome to Lasa.Africa. Today we'll be doing a product assembly of our LSA-BATH-CORS. This is our bathroom corner organizer. Let's go ahead and open up the box and proceed with assembly. Alright, taking a look at all the parts laid before us here, you'll see there's a couple of items. So for this, technically step 1 here, we'll be taking our trays and begin with preparation of the trays so that the next steps will be a lot easier. So you'll see we've got 4 here. What we're going to do is on each, we're going to take our 3 parts F and our 1 part G. We'll see how those get installed respectively. We'll begin by opening up here and inserting into the appropriate configuration. So you'll see G is the one with the 3 hooks on it. We'll set that aside for now. And then we have our 3 parts F. You see that's a curved little holder. So what we'll do is we'll begin now by taking one and following the curve of the tray in front. We'll press down till we hear a click in place. So we're going to continue with another 2 like that. So we have 3 prepared like that. Right. And last but not least, this is going to be G. It's going to be the hanging part. So what we'll do is we'll reverse this. Again, following the curve of the tray, we'll insert from the bottom, pressing down until we hear a click, and you'll see that'll be like that. And then last but not least, we're going to be taking our 2 eyepieces, which are little caps. We'll take it out of our bag here. So it'll be an eye cap like this. And essentially what those will be doing is we'll install them on both of these sides here by just simply press fitting. And our second one, same thing, press fitting. Alright, so now that the trays are prepared, we'll set them aside for now for the next part of the assembly. So what we'll be doing now is we'll begin with, first we'll take a look at this part here. So you'll notice this is our number B part. So number B has a twist and adjustable height extension. So this is our B. So what essentially you want to do is you want to look at all your parts laid out and determine what sort of configuration you have of your own personal needs, and then you'll adjust accordingly depending on the height requirements for your shelves. So what we're going to do for this case intended, we're going to do a simple installation first, and we'll move over to the advanced, more additional extended version. So we'll take this now, and we'll take part B, and we'll just lock it into a configuration like this. Then the top side for our bathroom organizer has 1 J and then a opening here. So essentially what this does is we join the 2 like this. This forms part of the top section, and it is spring loaded. So you'll notice that if we lock part B firmly, that the top here is spring loaded. So what that allows us is when we go to press fit it into our corner in our bathroom, to actually lock it into place. So it allows us to create tension so that when we do finally lock it into its final resting place, it has tension under spring. Alright, so next what we'll do is we'll just minimize this now for the example, and we'll be taking a look at our parts I. So parts I are basically little rubber, what we would say is an O-ring, and in order to affix any of the trays, what we'll do is we'll essentially first begin by turning it on its bottom and inserting one of the trays to our desired height, which we wanted to finally rest. So now we're going to go to the maximum threshold here, and then follow it with a part I. So roll that down like such to our desired position, and that will come to rest at the base of the shelf. So you'll see it'll come to rest at the base of the shelf, and when we flip this over, we'll see that our shelf stands firmly in place. We can add weight to it, we can add pressure, it's not going to go anywhere. Next, we'll move on to the next shelf. So for an example, if you wanted to have for specific bottles heights, you could adjust this accordingly, and then you would follow up with a insert of one of these 3 extensions. So if we needed more height, we'd simply go about adding an additional insert here. So that's what we're going to do now. You'll notice there's a step down here. So there's a step down notch here. So what it's going to do is it's going to allow us to insert, press and insert. So it's going to take some force because there's a bit of flanges on here. So you're going to have to press it and twist and lock. So you'll notice now we've extended our part. Now we've got double the length, which we're going to continue next to add another tray. We're going to set it up about in the halfway mark here. Alright, so to do that, we'll bring it down like such, and we'll insert it to here, like that. Once we're happy with our location, once again, we'll take our part I and insert on the end. Let's just do this. So you can install this before we add this extension so that it's much easier. It just depends on your configuration. So for now, we're going to go about, we're going to find the halfway mark and then just adjust. We can quickly adjust on the go, just simply moving the O-ring and pressing down. And now we can see we've already got our 2 shells. Right? Next, we'll insert one about here and the last one at the bottom on the base for this example. So we'll lay it down, we'll slide the tray on, such, over this there, and then taking one of our eyes once again, insert it, and begin by rolling it onto the place here. Alright, once we're happy with our configuration, we'll leave it there and just adjust our shelves to the correct placement, and then we have our 3 shelves. Right. Last but not least, we will add our G shelf. Okay. So going ahead with the same concept, we lay down our tray like this, we add our tray, plus minus in the halfway mark, and once again adding our part I, adjust to the base of the shelf. Just like that, we have our 4 shelves. You can press them down with the back to lock them in place with the rubbers. So the rubbers will actually go inside and lock them in place once you're happy with the fitment. If you take a close notice here, you'll see if you press the shelf away, it will unlock. And when you press, it will lock it into place, so then it doesn't move. Alright, so you can have these freely movable for your purposes. Maybe you need access to something, you can turn it and lock it in a specific orientation. You can have it in any desired direction, something like that, depending on your purpose. Or you can simply keep it straight like such. And then with this assembly, last but not least, as with all of the adjustments here, you always cap it off with a J for the floor. So we'll cap it off by inserting a J. And then when we came to our desired location for installation, we'd simply press at an angle, right? So you first adjust your part B here to whichever height you would require. For an example, let's just say this is our required height. We'll firmly lock that by twisting. Insert our top piece, and because it's spring loaded, it'll give us some threshold for getting it in at an angle, pressing first and pushing at the base. So we'll push at the base, which will create tension at the top. So if I let go now, you'll notice there's tension on the top. We'll show you an example now of how to install this in a real world environment. Okay. Alright, so taking the principle, we'll begin by coming at an angle. You'll see there's a noticeable angle here, and we'll point it in the direction of where we want its final standing place, and then press from underneath for it to come at its final upright standing position. So for now, we're going to press it up to about here, and you'll notice that the spring loaded underneath. You can hear it depressing. You'll press with it and let it rest over here. So just make sure it's upright standing and straight. And then that would be our example for using in the bathroom. And then you could go ahead and put your various items that you'd like to store, whatever configuration. Thanks for following along. That's been our assembly of the LSA-BATH-CORS, our corner bathroom organizer stand. Follow us on www.lasa.africa for more product assembly videos and more product reviews. Thank you.